There's a pretty straightforward path to pick up the 3 other events that we haven't found, so yeah, hopefully, I mean, I haven't actually been over there, but it looks like there's a straightforward way to do it. There's multiple paths here, but the one that we really want to go for is the straightforward one. We should be right next to, no, actually, no, never mind. We actually want to go to the right here. Apparently the best way to get to where we want to go is to head over this way, so we can find the entrance to the forest, or whatever it is that we're looking for. Okay, so head to the right is what I'm picking up here. Hopefully, if I'm reading this correctly. Which I believe I am, but you never really know until you're there, right? Sure got really quiet all of a sudden. Creepingly quiet, actually. Huh, you can see our footprints. I just noticed. Supposedly I want to go to the right. So I'll stick to the right as best as I can, though I might have already missed my turn. I don't quite know where I am on the map. I could very well just be up here and I need to go back. Where is there a cross on here? I could be at this intersection here, actually. Actually, that seems very likely. Is it shaped just like that? Let's see, if it is shaped like this, then this turn over here is going to be like curved like that. Yeah, you know, I think I just completely skipped over it. Let's continue. So now I need to look for the first turn to the left. I went too far right, too forward, really. It's definitely way too quiet around here, though. Wait for all it to settle in, and yeah. Noise is starting to kick back in, but that's because we're going back over this way. I also agree that the sounds don't really sound like tree sounds. They sound like other sounds. Actually, is that the entrance to the forest? Oh, I missed this. I didn't even see that as a pathway. I just completely overlooked it. Here we go. This should be the entrance. Oh, wow. Two things. Thing number one, that is definitely where we need to go. Thing number two, though the map doesn't express it as such, we cannot enter into this way. Because we cannot jump. Realistically, we should be able to easily climb that, but this is a video game, and those are not in our realistic expectations. So we actually have to enter into the forest through the other way. But that is definitely where we need to go. Circle back around. According to the map, the 3 places we need to go, somewhere in the forest, somewhere over here, and like up here is where we need to find places to stop at. I'm not sure if one of those 3 places is actually what we're looking for, or if we just need to find everything, and when we find everything, the act will end somehow. Maybe it'll just end automatically once we collect the 3rd and last event. Maybe something will open up we need to go to. I don't know, really, but we'll figure it out. Well, sure, I'll cross over. Now that I know I need to actually take the long way around. It should be through here. Let's take the pathway. This should be a tricky way to do it, but we're gonna do it. Actually, you know what? The best way for the way that we're taking, the best way to do this would be to go this way, take the first left, go to the forest, then go out this way, circle back around there. Yeah, so then we can explore most of it anyway. And then back over there. Okay. I've got logically a plan in my head now, so we should take the first right I see. This should be the path that leads that way. I'm going to skip over it. Continue to the forest, because I'm so smart. Oh no. I have no idea where I am all of a sudden. Well, whatever, I'm exploring. I never know where I am in the forest, right? Up. I'll assume this is the right way. Okay, you know, I think I need to keep up running with them. This area looks like it's about to get overwhelmed by orange smoke. I probably want to make it out of here before the orange smoke envelops here, but yeah, I don't know where they went. I don't know where I'm going. Oh. 4773 some point. Hello, big dead magical tree. One big dead magical tree, I'll give you that. Oh, you can see the radiant tower itself from here. What do you want to say to me, dead big magical tree?
I am an empty wreck, made in his image, but not alike. A servant, obedient to one master. My body is a shell, and I am ready to absorb him. Now I see the plan. I see the magnitude of devastation. The Creator summons me, and I want to be his food. I am humming his tune. I am looking at the world through his eyes. I drink the blood of his enemies and taste the rotting bodies. I feel the sin sprouting under my skin. I hear screams in my head. I hear them calling me. I hear the calling of the ones that through him have already found their eternal shelter. Free them, my lord! Free them, and take me instead! Fulfill your revenge! At the hour of my death, an army of angels comes out from the orange light. Their song is made of one powerful voice. I feel their presence, their twisted faces, their black eyes drilling into my consciousness. They demand to finish the work. Oh, his presence is overcoming me. So poor and defenseless. What have they done to you? What harm? There is a place. You were there, and so was I. A huge gate, and the Creator hidden behind it. Only those few who touched him could understand, but you could. You understood, and I understood through you.
Aye. I will never remember what character in Lord of the Rings that guy played. Oh well. Regardless. Now something's gonna happen. Nothing actually happened here, which is odd. Something almost always happens when I pick one of those up. So I found the tree here. Actually, what? That's not what I was looking for? Oh. Oh, this makes things more confusing. There's another point I'm looking for inside the forest here. That was actually not the main point. 3996. Okay. So that's the radio tower. If I'm looking at the radio tower's over there. So actually, I should follow the radio tower because it should lead me to the forest. The forest where I get the second event. I actually found the tree first. Yeah, this is the dead forest we saw. There's two events really close to each other here. Here's the dead woods. Having the monsters doesn't really surprise me, but now I need to look for a point in here, which I'm looking for. The only problem is the monster's gonna be so hard to spot here. Guessing that orange point's what I'm looking for. Well, at the very least, this orange point will make me figure out exactly what I'm looking for. So, I'm at a fireplace. Oh, the fireplace is over here. And I need to go back down, because somewhere in here is what I'm looking for. The exact coordinates are 4584. Though that might actually be right, because we learned from the last thing, the coordinates aren't always right. Supposedly, it's 4584. So that means when I get out, I should go to the right. If this is correct. Usually they've been correct, but they've also been wrong. We've discussed and certainly seen. But the basic idea is that somewhere in this forest, there is a point of interest that will probably become evident that we're looking for. I hear a page nearby. Oh, is this actually it? Yeah, we found it.
I'm spending my time in the Institute on long walks in the park. Only here I can find solace. Only in the shadows of the trees. My thoughts are peaceful when I see how the sun brushes the green leaves and the wind covers my face in a gentle, warm blow. The doctors say the worst is behind me. The breakdown was temporary. It's difficult for me to say what triggered this state. I know you'll never forgive me for what I've done. The tragedy that I have contributed to shall never find any justification nor explanation. I can only cover it up with madness. But I am aware that this is a pathetic excuse, and I'm not able to hide behind it. I take full responsibility for what happened. And I am prepared to be punished. The doctors, however, say I will probably not leave the Institute. You must know I would rather rot in prison 100 times for what I have done to you. I have to confess, I tricked you. I knew you would never, ever want to hear what I have to say to you. That is why I sent my friend with this letter to your sister, and after a lot of persuasion, she agreed to read it to you. I thank her from the bottom of my heart for this. I'm ending this letter. I want to bore you no more. I love you and believe that someday, hopefully, I will be able to tell you all this in person. Luckily, my friend Anton is by my side at all times. He was the one that went to your sister. I hope this letter finds you both well and in good health. I wish you all the best. Forever yours, Vitaly.
Curious the exact context of that, but let's see if anything happens now. 2 events over here didn't trigger any events once you picked them up, which is a little surprising. Well, let's make our way through the forest. The way I think I want to go is over here, so hopefully I'm not wrong. I think this is right. The cryptic old forest shall now be abandoned. Once I can get over this slope. Yeah, this is where I want to go. Now there's only one more event to find, and now I just watch this. None of those are what I needed to do, and what I needed to do is something completely different all this time. Not saying that that would be a bad thing. In fact, I'd actually be happy with that. I would have done all these anyway. But yeah, I'm just saying, just watch it be something like that. Or maybe somehow the last event, which I'm about to find, is like the event that we need to go to all along. In which case, I'm also happy. We gotta see all the events in the meantime. These 2 events are very close together, though. I am rather surprised that neither of these triggered a specific event happening, though. Maybe it's because they're so close together. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could say that this one technically triggered the kids running through the forest that we saw before this, but not really at the same time. Supposedly, there's another trail than the one I originally took, I guess over here, so I'm going to follow this route. You actually hear a page. I think I know exactly what the page is. It's in that dead end that is on the other side of this wall. Which I'll go get in just a second.
Coming from the forest did not let us sleep. It's hard to tell what it was. It sounded to me like someone was calling me, but the rest of the group said it had been some kind of humming. We will ask the locals if we meet them again. In the morning, everyone was a bit scared, but after breakfast, our moods improved. We set off up the river. The snow isn't really that deep, but it's wet and it sticks to the skis, so it's hard to move. We passed a couple of cliffs, and after a couple of meters, the area became more flat. Finally, around 5:30 p.m., we stopped to set up a camp. It is our first night under canvas. We were very tired. We tried to prepare for tomorrow's walk, but hunger was stronger. Then exhaustion overcame us. We sat around the fireplace and talked, or rather whispered. We were afraid to speak louder because of the surrounding atmosphere, as if this place was sacred or haunted. At last, we took shelter in the tents. Somehow, nobody feels like sleeping. We thought someone was passing by on the trail nearby, so the boys went to check it out, but there was nobody there. Maybe it was some animal. Again, I can hear the sounds from the forest.
And according to the map... Yep, that was in this area. I'm not very surprised. You can see the tree there, though. Okay, I'm going to try and run back to see if we can come back the way once we came. So many sights and sounds. Wow. Frame rate really taking the crap when I head back down this way. Well, that's fine. Let's let my character catch his breath and move through here. Now, actually, I think I came out here, so you know what? Let's get to the other side of this lake-looking thing. Or jump right on the lake. That's generally not a good idea, but I think it's what I just did. Remember, kids, don't run out on lakes on your own in real life. Nice frozen lakes. They have a tendency that if they collapse, they're likely going to kill you. Turns out humans can't survive in super cold water. And ice turns out to actually be fairly fragile. Is there a page somewhere around here? Okay, well, it sounded like there was a page that I passed by, so let's see if I can pick it up. Looks like taking this trail is beneficial. What is that over there, though? Ah, stalagmites. There's a few pages nearby here. Supposedly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to follow this trail through, so yeah. There's the note. Let's pick it up and see what it has to say. Next to a dead skeleton. Confidential correspondence of Section 22 scientist. Doctor, name confidential. I tested subject, number confidential. They did not show any supernatural skills. You had to make a mistake. Sincerely, Doctor Confidential. Dr. Confidential. I agree with you. The second test did not show any skills. We may dream the experiment concluded and unsuccessful. The subject should be removed. We will prepare transport to Walsmer 30. Please destroy all documentation and correspondence. Sincerely, Dr. Confidential. Well, Confidential really fought for a true cause, I suppose. Let's cross back over when we get a chance. Gotta slow down and continue to see if I can follow this trail. I'm hoping this trail is leading me in the general right direction of what I'm looking for. Though, to be frank, I don't exactly know where I was. Actually, I should probably look at the map so you can sort of figure out where I was. I guess I'm here. Somehow, I missed a convenient trail. I mean, in the end, I guess I don't really need to go across it, and I'll be able to get there anyways. It's kind of odd that I missed it. Here's the area where I think I can switch paths here. In just a moment, if I'm not already switching paths as is. Nice frozen area, if I may. How do I get out of this riverbank? It was challenging, but I think I made it. I don't actually know if this is a trail or what it is I'm on right now. I guess this is a trail. It's kind of leading me forward, so I remember this place. We were here earlier when I got really, really lost. So I'm going to transition over this way now. Ooh, pretty. Have to admit, it's fairly pretty. Fun times and fun times. So this is the other path that we were looking for. Maybe I should go his coordinates 25N, 80, whatever. Let's see. 25, 80. Oh, that's right ahead of me. Supposedly. So if we hear a paper sound, we know what we should expect in just a second. Surprised I'm not hearing any paper sounds. Oh, I spoke too soon. Or maybe I didn't. However, I'm not going for some papers. I guess I kind of want to see what's along this pathway, though I'm pretty sure it's this way I need to go. So I'm going to take a moment to run over this way. Looks interesting enough. I guess it was mainly a note here at the very least. Hello, note I'm not going to read.
The weather today clearly got worse, just as our moods. We're all a little scared of what happened last night. There were even some suggestions of going back, but that was outvoted. We set off at around 10 AM, going the same Mansi trail as we did earlier. We encountered a small camp of a local hunter during our hike. We asked if he had hunted the other night, but he said no. He told us a story about a ghost prowling through the forest in the form of a bright fog. Obviously, this did not make us feel better. We kept on going forward. Today, the hike was slow and difficult. The visibility is close to zero. The temperature dropped to -24 centigrade. Around 4 PM, we had to start looking for a place to set up a camp. We found a good spot on the verge of the forest, covered from the wind. As exhausted as we were, we began setting it up. We were too tired to dig up a hole for the campfire. We ate dinner in our tents. We had no strength for any discussions or thoughts. At night, I clearly heard someone walking around the tent. I heard them whispering my name. I do not want to talk about it with the rest of the group. They'll think I'm going crazy.
Maybe not. Regardless, let's go up here. There's a trail over there we can follow, but no, I'm actually just gonna go the way which I think I need to go, which is this way. I mean, I'm happy we turned back because we picked up that note, but I'll make that note my reward for going over here. Yep, that note should be right there. There could be something through here, but I'm just going to assume that we're okay and move forward. Hip hip. Piecing together more of those people's story, the hikers that went missing in this story there. There's also only one more main event to find, which should be this way. Actually, let me look here. Is there a split in the path, supposedly? If there is, we should go up. What we're looking for is point 1483. 1483 should be right there. So if this was that split in the path, we want to go up here. I don't know why this area on the map has dotted lines. I guess we'll figure it out. I also know what these are. Cave entrances? But that wouldn't make any sense. There's been all these other cave entrances that have been marked on my map, so I'm not completely sure.